Good morning. Lovely to see everyone here today, as it always is, but especially today because there's a lot of celebrating going on here today. So lovely to see all of you here. Welcome to this Sunday service of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Amherst. My name is Julie Marquis, and I have been coming here for a little over 2 years. And as always, I just enjoy being here and all the wonderful people and friends I've met, and you all continue to put up with me, which I also greatly appreciate, so thank you for that. For those gathered in the chapel, I urge you to actually turn off your phones completely to free up web bandwidth for our live stream. Our Wi-Fi is wobbly, and we want our online community to have as full an experience as possible. If you don't turn off your phones, our phone bouncer, Mr. Charlie Destries, who's over there, will find you, and you've been warned, and that's all I'll say. If you need a little extra hearing support, we have assisted hearing devices at the ushers station at the back of the chapel. Feel free to borrow one for the service.
Thanks for powering off, Ron. That's okay. I add my greetings to those already offered. I'm Reverend Michelle Buhite, the minister of this congregation. My pronouns, which I offer to create a truly inclusive and brave space for all of us to live into the fullness of our identities, are she and her. I'd like to invite you into a threshold. Thresholds are liminal, in-between spaces. They're also safe places in earthquakes, I understand, and I'm grateful that that is not a thing I need to know very often. But this threshold, I guess now I've made it very dire. You're going to need to stand in the threshold for this worship. I didn't mean it that way. This is entitled Invitation to Join the Journey. Come, you accidental pilgrims, you who find yourself on a journey of surprise and wonder. Come, you who emerge into this place as an act of liberation. This path will ask much from us. Let us move forward with love. Let us move forward with appreciation for one another. Let us move forward knowing we are not alone. Whoever you are, whatever your gifts, you are welcome to join this journey. Our gathering music is a little ditty by Mary Gregolia, found in the Gray Hymnal. It's number 396, but that's all the words that are on the screen. So unless you are a music reader, which I invite you to turn to the music if you are to help us, because you'll never guess how we can sing this song. For those of you online who didn't hear the big groan, it's because I like to do things with rounds. So this is going to be super fun, right? Yeah, right. Of course. So Rick, if you'll play it through once, choir will just start singing it too after we've heard it through once, and then I'm just going to wander around and start the song in different places. And at some point, we'll end. Isn't that great? It's awesome. All righty, so if you play it through once. That's right. I told you it would be fun.
As Unitarian Universalists, we often describe our faith as covenantal rather than creedal. Creeds have to do with a rigid set of shared beliefs. We don't have those. Instead, we covenant together, which is a fancy way of saying that we make sacred promises about how we will be with one another in the midst of our shared values and diversity of belief. And thus, we move from a time of welcoming into centering as we employ the elements of water and fire to create the sacred space where we can be fully present. Katie will remind us of the covenant we enact each week as we recall our place in the ongoing history of the sacred land upon which this church has been built and our responsibility for its well-being. We offer a libation, water as sacred as the land it is meant to bless. We may not be able to heal the harm done to generations of people who lived in rhythm with the land and its cycles, but we can make a beginning. May we have the courage and the heart to make a beginning. If what we just did was to create a covenant, a sacred promise with the land beneath our feet and with the people whose ancestors lived in balance with it, then the weekly lighting of the chalice is a reaffirmation of our covenant with this faith and those whose lives have brought us to this place, as well as those who will carry our light forward, making it their own and letting it shine. Today, we offer chalice lighting words that invite us out of rote repetitions and into the experience of new words and ideas, new promises and affirmations of what it means to gather as a people of faith. Please join me as we explore new territory with new words. We light this chalice in honor of first steps, from beginning even when the path is unclear, for the courage it takes to trust that the way will reveal itself, that light will come to clarify our vision, that friends will be by our side.
And only now, having covenanted with the land and the people and our faith tradition, are we ready to extend sacred promises to one another. That was our first blessing. I love it. We entered into this time of worship with an invitation to join a journey of surprise and wonder. And today we have the opportunity to extend that invitation to some among us who have reached the threshold that marks the ending of childhood and the path toward emerging adulthood. In our faith tradition, we mark the journey of each individual from earliest childhood through the progression of a lifetime. And today we're going to celebrate two young people, bridging from childhood into that new vista. No two journeys are the same, but all are worth celebrating. And so I invite Sam Grote and Ben Terhune to join me up here, and I promise you don't have to talk. Come on up, Sam. Where's Ben? Come on, Ben. It's just oh, this up front. All right, so yeah, come up, surround me, it'll be a beautiful picture.
I'm running on fumes. I had like a coffee yesterday, last night.
Okay, well, luckily you don't have to preach, so you're good. You're good. So I'm going to talk about Sam first, okay? So Sam graduated yesterday. In September, he will return to Williamsville North, where he will spend the next 3 years as a super senior, working on his reading, math, and vocational skills. He'll go to Bosse's Harkness, exploring skills in building trades, human services, automotive repair, and culinary arts, which, let me tell you, he's well on his way. He loves helping people, and especially loves cooking and cleaning, and is available. So Ben will be attending Buffalo State for media studies and video production. We need to talk about those skills and how we do all the things here, Ben. He's interested in music, art, cooking. What? This is so fabulous. And video games. And so Sam and Ben, we acknowledge your accomplishments and we celebrate with you as you emerge into young adulthood. It's not an overnight thing. You didn't just wake up with it. There will be times when you don't necessarily live into your highest ideals. Through your accomplishments and struggles, know that this faith community will encourage you and continue to remind you of your inherent worth and dignity. So we don't have an actual bridge, but we have kind of a bridge. So as a symbolic action, I'm going to ask the two of you to walk down our ramp and emerge into this space with your peers. And then we are going to burst into applause, right? Okay, so y'all, let's take a little walk. Sam, down the ramp. Right there. Yeah. How cool is that? We celebrate these accomplishments and dreams as we celebrate each one's contributions. In a moment, we're going to be singing Issei Barnwell's We Are, which is found in the Teal Hymnal. It's number 1051. But I want to say something about that hymn before we start. I would like to lift up that inclusion and representation matter. The song that we are about to sing shines a light on mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, grandparents and ancestors. Although the song does not explicitly include non-binary, gender fluid, and our trans siblings, I hope that we can each find ourselves in the embodiment of the lyrics, "We are the Spirit of God." And so holding that tension of a song that may not feel inclusive, but that we can make it so. Because frankly, I'm not going to change Issei's lyrics. Sometimes I do change lyrics if the composers have been with the ancestors for a long time and can't be mad at me. But let us sing this song with authenticity and embracing the fullness of all that we are. I invite you to rise in body or spirit as we sing. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage and fathers of time. We are daughters of dust and the sons of great deeds. We are sisters of mercy and brothers of hope. We are lovers of life and the builders of wheels of sin and keepers of faith. We are guardians of peace and of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage and fathers of time. We are daughters of dust and the sons of great nations. We're of mercy and brothers of we are and the builders of leaders of truth and we are and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we was amazing. You may be seated. I invite us to bring our whole selves into this place. And I do that mindfully because I know that there are times when I feel like only half of me arrived, and the other half is struggling with, I don't know, a part of the journey, a bit of loss, consternation, the world. And so I invite you to actually bring all of that, along with your joys and your hopes and your looking forward to what's next, all of that, to bring that to be held by this community. The way we symbolize this is by placing a stone or a shell on the table at right. There's one up front here. There's also a table in the back. I invite you as the music plays to just come, be part of this community. It will be messy. We will bump into one another. There will be oopses. There will be hugs and smiles. Come with all you are. Come forward as you go. feel how community is created, and thank you for using this. In this circle that we have created together, we open it up to those who may not be present, but whose presence we feel that we would like to include in this space. We bring into our circle of love and care those who are ill, those who are in pain, either in body or spirit, those who are feeling overwhelmed, hopeless, and lost. And we bring into our circle those who are feeling strong and resilient and heart-filled, that we can hold not only the sorrows of the community and the world, but also weave our strength together. May we remember all that have come to mind. May we remember that we are called to bring hope and healing to broken places and to celebrate as we mend those places. Amen and blessed be. All right, it is, you're right, Jude, you're right. It is the Wonder Box time. If any children would like to come up, it's so confusing, right? They come down for the labyrinth, they go back up, they get all busy, and then I say, come on down. But that's how we roll here. It's all about being confusing. I have a wonder, oh my goodness, it's kind of heavy today. Powers, check this out. Whoa, it is heavy. You want to check it out? Yeah, check it out. Is there a giant cereal box in there? I didn't think about doing that, but I could do that sometime. My favorite cereal's Quisp, which tells you how old I am. Thank you for the people who know what Quisp means. Okay, so Wonder Box, Wonder Box. So I have a story, and the Wonder Box is part of it. Am I going to? Where are you going? Oh. I'm like, he's leaving. Once, long ago, a little tree was growing in the forest. And growing, and growing, and growing. Wow. Wow, and if Reverend Michelle was an octopus, she could continue holding this while she tells a story. We're going to let this just grow in a southerly direction for a moment. And as this little tree grew taller and stronger, she began to notice the wide expanse of the sky. Can you see on the screen? Imagine if you're laying down on the ground and you look up to the sky, that's what it would look like. And she noticed how the little white clouds went scudding across the sky as if they were on some great journey. And she watched the birds wheeling overhead, and all of that seemed to speak of a land of forever. And the more she grew, the more she longed to live forever herself. A forester happened to come by and sensed that even with all of this, that she was unhappy. And when he asked what troubled her soul, she responded that she would very much like to live forever. Perhaps you shall, he said. Perhaps you shall. When the tree was grown tall, can you see how big that tree is? There are trees on the planet that are really that big. That is not computer wonderment. That is a tree. It's huge. See the little people? That's how big she grew. She was enormous. And when she was grown tall and strong, the forester came back and he asked her if she still wanted to live forever. And when she said that she did, he said he could help her, but that she would need to trust him because it would mean cutting down the tree. If you trust me, I promise you that your deepest desire will be fulfilled. And when she gave her consent, the forester took his sharpest axe and he felled the tree. And the sap of life streamed away and was lost on the forest floor, and the tender wood was sliced into strips, and the strips were planed and shaped and smothered in some sort of sticky stuff of varnish. There was no way back. She had made her decision. She had surrendered herself to the hands of a violin maker. All dreams of foreverness sort of vanished in a haze of pain. So, as the tree was cut, pieces of it could be found on the forest floor, and all of those rings told her story of how old she was and how she had been in that place for so long, but she wanted to be there even longer by being a forever tree. For many years after the violin was created, this instrument of beauty, it just lay idle. There was no one to play it. Oh, and that tree remembered her life in the woods, and she was sad about the decision that she made. But the day came, the right and perfect moment, when the violin was gently lifted from her case and caressed once more by loving hands. She held her breath in disbelief. She quivered as the bow tenderly crossed her breast. And the quivering turned into a pure sound that reminded her of how the wind had once rustled through her leaves, how the clouds had once scudded past on their way to forever on their journeys, and how the birds had wheeled overhead, shaping circles of eternity in the blue sky. A pure sound, pure notes, the music of forever. And the music resounded from listening heart to listening heart down through all the ages, until at last, when all the listening hearts had made their own journey home, it rolled through the gates of eternity, where the little tree indeed became a forever tree. And now it's time for you to go to your activities, and we're going to sing your special song. Let's add our music to theirs.
I'm the underbelly, I am the corn, and the one thing, no, not one thing at all. I'm a street fighter, I'm a prayer for peace.
just going to catch my breath for a tiny minute here. So we have some milestones to celebrate today. It's very emotional. So we have two couples today who are going to be renewing, refreshing, revisiting their wedding vows. You know, a lot happens between the first time you say I do and all those times when you say, did you really? A lot happens in a lifetime, right? And so we are celebrating today love, promises made and kept and made anew. So, Eric and Linda Joy. Oh, I need a microphone. I think, right? So you can look at each other. Now I'll tell you what I tell all brand new couples is that staring into one another's eyes can turn into a vortex. And so if you look over his shoulder and if you look over her shoulder, then you won't get caught up in the vortex. Alrighty. Are you feeling the vortex? Good, very good. There we are. Look how cute. See? All right, so I think rather than me feed you the words, I'll let you read the words. Who goes first? You have, these are the things you all wrote.
Okay.
I think we take turns. So,
Or unless you want to do it together, that'd be cute. No, okay.
Eric, I love you today differently than I loved you 35 years ago when we saw each other through idealized eyes, untouched by sorrow and wrapped in an image of perfection. Now, after years of life, I love you even more deeply with a mature love that knows truth and faults along with authenticity, vulnerability, and courage. I choose today, again, to promise you my total love, devotion, and respect, encouragement, and support as we enter the next phase of our marriage, the reconnecting of our hearts and minds, both as individuals and as a couple with adult children. And it really is all of them. They're all adults. I am and will remain your number one supporter, loving wife and partner all the days of my life. That's your promise.
You can't just say ditto.
Me too. Linda Joy, I love you today differently than I loved you 35 years ago, when we saw each other through idealized eyes, untouched by sorrow, wrapped in an image of perfection. Now, after years of life, I love you even more deeply with a mature love that knows truth and faults along with authenticity, vulnerability, and courage. I choose today, again, to promise you my total love, devotion, respect, encouragement, and support as we enter the next phase of our marriage, the reconnecting of our hearts and minds as both individuals and a couple with adult children. I am and will remain your number one supporter, loving husband and partner all the days of my life.
I feel like a kiss or an embrace would be perfect right now. So exciting, right? Exciting times two. So, Charlie and Gail, where are you? Oh, there you are. I'm like, wait. Come on over. Yeah. Brielle, were you going to say some things? You first. Right?
Yeah, good. Go.
Yeah, you can stand where I am so that they can feel like they can see you. Right in the middle.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brielle, better known as Poppy's mom. I know you all know her, and now Jude. And today I have the honor of speaking about my parents for my siblings, Michael and Noelle. I don't know where Michael went, but Noelle's there. Oh, there's Michael. And yes, they are both professional writers, and I sell dog food, but somehow I got the mic. So you are very welcome. In full truth, this was originally 10 minutes, but I was told I have about 2, so here's the abridged version. Our parents, Gal and Charlie, or Shy Shy and Gaga, as Poppy and Jude call them, are not normal parents. They raised us in a house full of love, humor, and a little bit of chaos. It was open to everyone. We had friends that basically moved in. They weren't just our parents, they parented whoever needed it. They were opposites in the best ways. We have Mom, the present giver extraordinaire. Dad, the man who never wanted anything except maybe another dog or 3. One of my favorite memories was shopping with my mom and grandma, and we called our grandma Maga. Not that Maga. Once, we lost Maga in Macy's. She was 96 and in a wheelchair. We found her an hour later with a pile of clothes on her lap, living her best life. Maga lived to be 98. She lived with us, and she passed away in 2014, and my parents took the most incredible care of her. Every time that we left the store, specifically Macy's, my mom would turn to me and whisper, "Don't tell your dad." But then I'd go out shopping with my dad at Media Play, RIP, and guess what? He'd turn to me and say, "Don't tell your mom." Over 50 years, they had 36 cats, 15 dogs, 6 grandkids, well, 3 kids, then 6 grandkids. We have Charlie, Allie, Mira, Indy, Poppy, and Jude. And behind it all were 2 parents who showed up for everything, every game, every musical, every need. So here's my ask to all of you who are parenting little ones. Bring a little Charlie and Gal into your parenting. Show up. Get the puppy. Let your kids stay home once in a while. My dad let me stay home about 20 days in middle school, and my mom had no idea until we got a letter in the mail about that. Was it worth it? Yes. Make magic. Be the kind of parents that your kids' friends wish that they had, because ours were and still are, and man, are we lucky. There you go.
Your turn. Say some words.
So we're really doing something a little bit different, Gail and I, because we're kind of different. And so we do have just a few promises. We wrote 50 of them for the 50 years. And I'm kidding. And as Michelle looks at the clock. And so, was that not on?
You just have to hold it closer.
Oh, sorry. How's that? Yeah? Great. My English is not very well. Don't tell anybody. So, what I'd like to do is to just start from the end of what we actually wrote. Okay? And tell a few things about Gail, because I think it's kind of important. I'm insane. And I really am. I think Michelle starts to know that after a couple of years of being an associate and things like that. But Gail is really kept me alive because we were married so young. And yeah, I was 15 when I met her, and she's an older woman. And and so we have spent all these years together, and honestly, we never thought we'd end up here because it was an up and down, rocky road the whole way through. Mostly because of me. I'm insane. Gail really did create the stability, that real stable sine wave to my craziness, up and down. And so we've had a wonderful time together. And what do you say after 50 years, right? I mean, you want to say some nice things and you want to talk about love, but I'll tell you a little secret. It's really not about love. It's about like. If you like the person you're with, it really does last a long time. Because love, yeah, okay, I love that person, but I don't really like that person. But if you like that person a lot, you can get past the stuff that happens with love. Trust me. That's how we survived. So I like you. Yeah. So I'm going to make some promises, and you're going to repeat them. Okay. All right? Like I said, I'm insane. She's accepting it. Yeah.
Just make sure you pass the mic back and forth.
Okay, great. So I promise that you will squeeze the toothpaste tube correctly.
I promise I will squeeze the toothpaste tube correctly.
I promise that when I wake up as a grouch, that I'll be nice.
I promise that when I wake up as a grouch, I'll be nice.
I promise to love you, but I really promise to like you.
And I promise to love you, and I also like you.
And
I promise wherever we go,
whatever we do,
we're gonna go through it together. Through thick and through thin, we're out and we're in.
we're gonna go
Through it together. Wherever I go, I know he'll go.
Yeah, for sure. Wherever I go, I know she'll go.
It's you for me and me for you. We'll muddle through whatever we do together. Wherever we go.
You know, life as a minister is just an adventure. A wonderful, wonderful adventure. So we're going to sing just one round of I Know This Rose Will Open, but it feels a little like a, oh, I know this rose, after Together Forever. And so we're just going to pick up the tempo. We're going to sing it one time through, because I still have a sermon to preach. Oh, look at the fear in your eyes. I love you so much. Oh, okay. Oh, we forgot to. You're going to play. We're going to skip this song. We're going to hear some sing. Sorry. What a morning. Wow. We have already been on so many journeys this morning. So perhaps this homily will simply be to lift up the many journeys that begin with a yes and the distance of just 1 inch. From momentous occasions like transitions from childhood to emerging adulthood, to impossible promises made and kept as two become one, to the choir's affirmation that we can never be just one thing, because in the words of Walt Whitman, we contain multitudes. All of these journeys begin with a yes, and moving ourselves just 1 inch toward a new direction. So I have to say, today was meant to be a cheater. This is an encore sermon, because it was so good the first time, I thought, why not? But of course, times change, people change. So there are a couple paragraphs from that original, but something new was waiting to come into being. My own journey has brought new questions, new insights, and the journey of a lifetime once again follows, at least in my spiritual path, the journey of a labyrinth, with switchbacks that offer new opportunities to consider new or old or simply ongoing questions. So on this summer day, as we are winding down from a day just full of festivities, and we're only partway there's more to come, I'd like us to begin with a reflection from the environmental activist and poet Wendell Berry. He writes, "Always in big woods, when you leave familiar ground and step off alone into a new place, there will be, along with feelings of curiosity and excitement, a little nagging of dread. It is the ancient fear of the unknown, and it is the first bond with the wilderness you are going into. You are undertaking the first experience, not of place, but of yourself in that place. It is an experience of essential loneliness, for nobody can discover the world for anybody else. It is only after we have discovered it for ourselves that it becomes a common ground and a common bond, and we cease to be alone. And the world cannot be discovered by a journey of miles, but only by a spiritual journey, a journey of 1 inch, very arduous and humbling and joyful, by which we arrive at the ground at our feet and learn to be at home." There is so much in Mr. Berry's observation that I feel I could just read it aloud over and over again, and you would pick out those pieces for yourself. To aid our exploration, I've divided this into 3 parts. Part 1, always in big woods, when you leave familiar ground and step off alone into a new place, there will be, along with feelings of curiosity and excitement, a little nagging of dread. I find we're already in trouble with the first 4 words, always in big woods. This is not a metaphor. This is not a way of saying we feel out of place or out of our depth, like you would if you were to say you felt like you were in deep weeds. The woods described are the kind with trees and trails and critters. How long has it been since you found yourself in deep woods? Big woods, little woods. How long has it been since you've been outside for more than the distance between house and car? How often do we go outside? As UUs, we talk a pretty big game about respect for the interdependent web of all existence, but the only web we might have encountered lately is the World Wide Web on our computers and other devices. If I were pointing fingers, 10 of them would be headed this way, so don't worry, I'm not pointing fingers at y'all. So, assuming we have survived those first 4 words, I press on. Always in big woods, when you leave familiar ground and step off alone into a new place, there will be, along with feelings of curiosity and excitement, a little nagging of dread. It is the ancient fear of the unknown, and it is the first bond with the wilderness you are going into. You are undergoing the first experience, not of place, but of yourself in that place. Whether we spend any time in the woods alone or with others, I think we can all relate to those feelings of curiosity, excitement, and dread, especially when we leave familiar ground and step off alone into a new place, a new way of being, a new experience. These can be literal journeys to literal places, or they can be mental, spiritual, physical, like in our body. We journey in our body. Maybe that needs to be a thing that we write on the bathroom mirror. The body is our journey. I will save that. That's another sermon. That really wants to have some juice to it. So finding ourselves in that alternate place, however it appears, is transformative. In part 2, Barry speaks of solitude, of our own direct experience of transcending mystery and wonder. Aha, a source of Unitarian Universalist experience. Our connection with ourselves, with the sacred, with place. He writes of the journey as being essential loneliness. Nobody can discover it for us. How many of you took French in school of any direction? Okay, so excuse how I'm going to pronounce this. So there is a French term that, according to the little voice in my computer, sounds like, I'm so hard to do this, flânerie, or maybe it's flaneurie. It's got a little thingy. It's got like a little top hat on the A, I don't know. But it describes the act of strolling, of aimless wandering. I end up doing that sometime in the supermarket, not on purpose. I didn't go there for aimless wandering. Once I go past the detergent aisle, it's all over for me. All those smells, I'm just like, I have no idea where I am. I leave with nothing. A flaneur is one who strolls aimlessly and gives themselves permission to wander. Wander into tea houses, coffee shops, dive bars, to remove oneself from the world while standing astride of its heart. What a cool way of being in the world. So all this talk of aimless wandering makes me think of sauntering, more French. It's our spiritual ancestor, the transcendentalist Henry David Thoreau, in his essay wrote, to saunter is to travel to the Holy Land. Now, in history, the sauntereurs, the sant meaning more French. Oh, Michelle, why do you do this? Holy, sant, terre, land, earth. I like earth. It goes a lot further. It described those who traveled during the Crusades, but it also described those who pretended that they were going to go on the Crusades and just wanted to leave town. Everybody can be out on this aimless wandering. You don't have to have, like, I'm going here. There's no map. Having no particular home, a sautereur is equally at home everywhere. How beautiful is that? My friend and colleague, the late Jeff Liebman, wrote a book about just that kind of activity, entitled Sauntering, Wandering the Path of Mystical Omnitheism. That is, if you were wondering how many syllables there are there, he coined that term. I mean, maybe somebody said it somewhere, but Jeff wrote a book about it, so it must be true. Omnitheism. That's different from pantheism or panentheism. Pantheism says that God is in everything. Wait, I shouldn't do this. Everything is, where is it? Anyways, pantheism and panentheism, God is everything, God is in everything. Omnitheism is everything is God. That's essentially different. He writes, if God is the ultimate, or the combination of all experience, or the universe, or however one views the concept, then any experience that opens our senses, our hearts, our minds to something beyond ourselves opens us to an awareness of God. It's all about saying yes to the journey, saying yes to that little butterfly feeling of fear of the unknown, acknowledging that we are never just one thing. Sometimes we are the critic, sometimes we are the wide-eyed wonder, sometimes we are all of it. Everything is God. It is only after we have ventured out and discovered the world for ourselves, whether that is alone or partnered, that we can observe with Wendell Berry that the world cannot be discovered by a journey of miles, but only a spiritual journey, a journey of 1 inch. Very arduous and humbling and joyful, by which we arrive at the ground at our feet and learn to be at home. May you venture out, centraire, flaneur, I just like saying French R's. May you wander passionately and aimlessly this holy land, this holy landscape of your own being, the ground at your feet. That is my wish for you today, that you say yes to all of those possibilities and become a centraire. We are going to do a little bit of singing. Don't worry, the coffee is done, but it's not burning. We will get there. And because there's cake too. This is Celebration Sunday, right? So we get to sing a little song, we get to sing a song I like, then we get to go have cake that everybody likes. So hang on tight, we're almost there. I'm gonna invite you to rise in body or spirit. We can find Rising Green in the Teal hymnal. It's number 1068. And it's very, I don't know, it feels like we should be wearing armor and like going across a mountaintop to explore. So with that image in mind, I invite you to sing.
Where the stars forever
You may be seated.
It is now time for the offering. The offering is where we demonstrate our commitment to our own transformation and to the ministries of this church, as well as our gratitude for the many blessings in our lives. Whether you give a little or a lot, give online or as the basket is passed, we are grateful for the many ways you share from your resources. Having an offering as part of our worship together affirms our desire to be faithful, grateful, and generous people, a people who say yes. In that spirit, the offering will now be gratefully received. We began our service with the lighting of our chalice, and now we extinguish the chalice, not to quench the flame, but to return it to individual hearts, strengthened by this time spent together so that we can share our light in the world. Please join your voices with mine. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. As our service draws to an end, our service to the world is ready to begin. You'll find many opportunities for growth and service in your order of service and on our website. All are invited to stay for coffee and conversation in the Emerson Room, just through those double doors at the back. Sometimes I feel like a flight attendant when I do this. Through the back of the chapel and in the lobby. And parents, please don't forget to retrieve your children from faith development. This is very important. There is a family-friendly zone at the window end of the room in the Emerson. And today there are special treats as the Destries and Grote families celebrate promises made and kept and new adventures. Help them to mark the day with joy. And this has been a very joyful celebration of pretty much everything. So it's been really nice. And congratulations again to everybody who is celebrating such momentous occasions today. Reverend Michelle will be away from church for the month of July. There will be services offered by members and by guest speakers, familiar and new to us. Make UU Amherst a part of your weekend plans this summer. And now, please rise in body or spirit as we sing our closing blessing. Don't forget to twinkle your eyes at everyone and share smiles with one another during the third verse. And please remain standing afterward for the benediction.
listen to your longing to be free. May the frames of your belonging be generous enough for your dreams. May you arise each day with a voice of blessing whispering in your heart. And go in peace, make a difference.